Greetings, beloved. I'm Dr. Felicia LaBoy, lead pastor and life coach here at the historic First United Methodist Church in downtown Elgin, Illinois, with another motivational moment from the Bible. These motivational moments are designed to help you take what you hear in church on Sunday, what you may learn in Sunday school, what you may even read during your private devotional time, to take those biblical concepts and to make them a part of your everyday life. Can you believe it? We're at the end of our God at the Movies series, and it's gone really well. Hoping that we'll do this next year, kind of have the same kind of format, use documentary, use some old films, use some contemporary ones, have cartoons. Who knows? The sky's the limit. Also hoping that maybe next year we can show a film and invite the community to come in for a movie night or something. We'll have it figured out by next year. Anyway, I want us to focus in on this idea, which I think plays really well to everything that I just said. I want us to focus in on an idea: take a chance. Take a chance. One of the things people don't know about me is that I love movies that are cartoons, right? I'm not talking like Bugs Bunny and Elmer Fudd, even though I like that. I'm talking about like Minions or what's the one? Sing. And I really like Encanto, right? Which has to do with enchantment and hope and all of that. If you know anything about the story, right? There is this one little girl. She's out front. She comes from a family of gifted people, and there's a whole ritual to see what your supernatural gift is. And when she comes, she doesn't have one. She's not the only one in the family that supposedly doesn't have a gift. There's a great song called What About Bruno? And if you want to hear that song, it tells a whole lot. But that's not my point today. But in the movie, um, she does something. She's trying to do something good, and really whatever it is that she does, it it causes this enchanted house to begin to break, and everybody else with all their gifts and skills begin those things don't work right anymore, right? And it really comes down to the fact that all the people who were really gifted now realize that it's the gift that she brings, and not only the gift she brings, but it's the gift that Bruno brings. But in order for her um, to do well, in order for them to do well, and thus the whole city to prosper, everybody in that movie has to take a chance. They have to take a chance to trust again. They have to take a chance to try again. They have to take a chance to rely on people that they've never had to rely on before, and to recognize that they are not the only gifted ones. Now, that's a message for all of us. And so as I thought about that, I couldn't help but think about Hebrews 11 and 1, right? Hebrews is often known as the chapter of faith, right? But it starts off, the way I remembered it is, it starts off. Now, faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen, right? That's the way I learned it. But I love this translation that I have here from the Living Bible. It says, "What is faith? It is the confident assurance that something we want is going to happen. It is the certainty that what we hope for is waiting for us, even though we cannot see it ahead." Beloved, what that means and what the Encanto means is that even if you tried before, even if you wanted to move forward, that you and I begin to take steps to move towards the thing that we hope for, even if we don't think we're gifted enough for it, even if we think that our gifts won't work in this season, or we find out that they don't, even if we have to trust people we've never had to trust before, even if it takes all of us to get stuff done. Beloved, God is simply asking us to take a chance, to take a chance. Now, if you keep reading through Hebrews chapter 11, what you'll find is the Bible is full of people who simply took a chance. Abraham, who is like 99, and Sarah, who's 90, well past the age of menopause. They had to take a chance to try one more time to have this kid, right? To have Isaac. And they do. And because of that, there's a whole lineage of people that bring the faith to us, right? Moses has to take a chance and give up all of the splendor of Egypt, right? The world superpower. He has to give up all of that and stand with people who are poor, who are less than him. And even more than that, Moses has to be willing to admit his failure and turn right back around and go back to the place where he failed, trusting that God will lead him into a successful future. Beloved, over and over again, God invites us to not look at what we don't have, not listen to people who say that we don't have certain gifts, but God invites us to look towards him, to round up other folks, but to look towards God and to understand that when God says, come here, I got something for you, that what's ahead of us is far more glorious than what's behind us, and that it is nothing compared. What's in front of us is not to even be compared to what we'll have to go through to get it. God sees so much more in us, and God knows the gifts that we have that people may not appreciate, but that are desperately needed. God, regardless of what your family may have said, your church may have said, the world may have said, you and I are gifted, called, beloved by God. And all we have to do is take a chance and move towards the thing that God has for us, and the world will be so much better for it. I pray this week that you will stick around for this week's Refresh Your Soul moment. And I forgot what it is, so I'm going to have to look. Oh, it's one of my favorite groups. It's Elevation Worship. They have this song called Rattle. No, not like a baby rattle, but it's called Rattle. And what it's talking about is, just how incredulous it is that Jesus rose from the dead, and we have that same power in us, and the rattle of those bones as they come together, and how the earth began to shake, and how things came together at the right time and the right thing. It is a glorious song. I pray that this week you will get still enough for the Holy Spirit to talk to you about where do you need to take a chance again. And I pray that the Elevation Worship song, Rattle, will inspire you to go and look at everything you thought was dead. Allow God to breathe new life into it and to you. Take a chance. Have just a little faith, the size of a mustard seed, just a little itty bitty type of faith, and watch and see what God will do. Can you hear it? Can you hear that rattle? Beloved, thank you for joining us throughout this God at the Movie series. And I'll be back here next week. Actually, no, I won't be here next week. I'm going to be on vacation. Our lay servant, Cindy Palm, will be here for the next 2 weeks. But I will be here, the Lord say the same, 3 weeks after that with another motivational moment from the Bible. Be blessed. I love you. And remember, take a chance. Have a little faith in you and in God, and watch and see what will happen. Bye.